Hi guys, today we're going to react to Phantom of the Opera by Ghost. This is an Iron Maiden cover. Every time we listen to Ghost, I rave about Tobias Forge's addictive voice, and it's less prominent here, deliberately less prominent here. The experience of the song feels to be somewhat similar to Iron Maiden's original performance, but you can hear the Ghost signature in here. But I've listened to the Iron Maiden song a handful of times back in my day, and it took me back to it right away. That's what made me think that it's not that different.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. It is very reminiscent of the original, but there's a certain Ghost twist, you know, a Tobias Forge touch on this. And although his voice is not, as you say, prominent in that, you know, that sort of hypnotizing sound, you know, from their songs, it's still there, I think. And that's the difference, you know, between like a Bruce Dickinson singing this or Tobias Forge. And to me, this is probably the heaviest Ghost song, the most metal Ghost song we've listened to so far. Yeah. So it's interesting because it's like, yeah, they can totally do metal, like straight metal kind of thing, and it sounds fantastic, but it is pretty much so far anyway, sort of a straight cover. I haven't listened to the original in a long time. I think I remember it fairly clearly, but it's hard to tell. But from what I remember, there was a lot of play in the composition of the song. It has moments where it's just mainly them playing. There's no singing. There's just a whole lot of like these interesting solos and intricate changes and stuff. I wonder if Ghost will do the same. I think it's interesting so far.
Yeah.
Don't
They do change gears a lot, and it's amazing. I mean, we know them, but it's still parallel to the original, I think.
Yeah.
So even though it has that strong Ghost signature on it, all over it, it's like they're homaging the original. They're not giving it a particular spin or something. It feels like we're listening to something that we haven't yet heard from Ghost, because they don't usually play in this style. On one hand, I'm loving every second of it. On the other hand, I have to acknowledge that it's a straight cover.
It's a straight cover, which generally I'm very critical of straight covers. I think also because I haven't listened to Iron Maiden's version in a long time, this kind of brings it back in a good way. You know what I mean? It's almost like a nostalgia thing. What Ghost have, like within their signature, it's like they took this song and put some kind of I don't know, maybe something like a mechanical thing in the sound, something that makes it a little bit different. It doesn't have that slightly raw element that Iron Maiden have in theirs, I think. And it's interesting because it does sound like Ghost. There was especially one passage there where it was like, yeah, there it is again. There's that hypnotizing Tobias Forge sound within his singing, I mean. And the rest of it is just played to perfection. But as you say, it's already been played to perfection by Iron Maiden. So yeah. Because this doesn't really offer much new. It's just taking the old and it's like a remake.
Yeah.
Which again, I am generally not a big fan of. I always think that if you take something and remake it or cover it or whatever, you need to either make it different or make it better. You know, one of the two. Either like we already have Iron Maiden. We don't need another performance of that exact same song. But as you say, this sounds like it's more of an homage. And I'm liking the sound, but at the same time, I don't, much like you're saying, I don't think it's offering something new, but it does have that Ghost something, to it, that is really still like pleasant to my ears, and I'm really like enjoying it. And in the back of my mind, I think maybe, they tried to tinker with it and it just didn't quite work. And they thought, you know what, we love this song, let's just do it this way. And it actually kind of works for me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas these types of covers that are like straight covers generally don't work for me. I'm enjoying it.
Speaking for for ourselves, we haven't heard any Ghost songs that we haven't reacted to yet. So we're not getting anything new in comparison to Iron Maiden. We're getting a wonderful performance, but it's not new in comparison to the original, but it's new to what we've heard so far from Ghost. It is an experience on a different level.
Yeah, it could be like an element in there. And again, anything that you take and you put, I guess, Tobias Forge magic dust on, it can give it something a little bit different. I think that if this was a remake of a song that was only from, say, 10 or 15 years ago or something like that, it may not have worked as well. Mm-hmm. But because this is an older song, I think there's something to that. It's like it almost polishes it up and makes like, here's a new version of that. It's like bringing Iron Maiden to Ghost audience.
Yeah.
Although I would have to, if I was a gambling man, I would gamble that most people who like Ghost at least know Iron Maiden.
Yeah, it's
love them.
Yeah, it makes sense to think that.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
As am I.
Which is to me surprising. As I said, I've in the past been very critical of remakes that don't really do much different, but it feels like it's doing something different. I just can't put my finger on it. I need to listen to both of them, think separate, like around the same time. And
I wouldn't be surprised if the answer lies in that particular Ghost signature that they know how to do and we can't really put our finger on it in every song that we hear of theirs. Bravo!
There's something that, like, I started thinking about it towards the end there, and I thought, you know what? It's kind of like similar to how I would enjoy a cover band. You know, if I go to the pub and there's a band playing Iron Maiden songs, I will enjoy it. I mean, that's what they're doing. That's what they're there for. Generally, they don't change them up too much. It's an homage, it's a tribute, it's a
Yeah.
whatever. And this is kind of what I feel Ghost did here. Not that Ghost is a cover band by any
No, they're
means.
not, yeah.
And it's like highly proficient as far as the playing and everything else and the way the song is put together. The voice does give it that, you know, that Tobias Forge magic dust, as I called it.
Yeah.
And it does change it just a little bit to keep me interested. I will definitely, after we're done today, I'm going to sit down and listen to Iron Maiden again and try to work out, you know, how different this is, or what Ghost were trying to do by covering this song. If I find it or not is a different story. But yeah, it's something that it's very difficult right now to do from memory of the original, because all I can hear right now is the Ghost version in my head.
Yeah, I do too. It kind of feels like when you love a band so much. I mean, I'm talking about them as they probably appreciate and love Iron Maiden so much, and they're sitting practicing in their studio, and they're thinking, we have all these skills and all these instruments. Let's do an Iron Maiden thing. Let's indulge.
From some of the requests that we got, if I remember correctly, there's a few Ghost covers out there. So yeah, it would be interesting to see, you know, what other songs they've covered and how they covered them. As far as the lyrics go, you know, this is kind of like a retelling of, you know, the Phantom of the Opera, which, you know, we all know from movies and musicals and all the rest of it.
The lyrics pertain to the Phantom of the Opera story about a person who dwells in the opera house. Nobody sees him. He apparently has a scarred face. He wears a mask. He falls in love with the singer. He kidnaps her, and the only thing that calms him down is her singing voice. That's the story behind the lyrics.
The main theme behind it, I guess, to me, is obsession and the destructive sort of nature of it. You know, and again, it's all mostly from memory of you know, of the Phantom of the Opera story. What I get from the lyrics, and again, maybe it's probably there in the Iron Maiden version, but I get a little bit of it here from knowing Tobias and what he likes to inject into songs. I mean, this is probably there also in the Iron Maiden version, but there is this sort of theme here of, you know, the exploration of the dark side and the unknown. And this is where Tobias generally likes to take us, and that's the feel that I got from, you know, from listening to the song. I'm gonna go and just, you know, on my reaction to this, it's just the way I sort of responded, which felt more like a reflexive thing. I just really love Ghost. There's something about that Ghost signature that is still put on this that appealed to me. I enjoyed it, although, like I said, I don't feel that, you know, they necessarily brought something new to the table here, but they did do something, and I can't put my finger on it. I just really, really enjoyed it. It's a great cover, yeah.
Yeah, it feels like a statement. This is what Iron Maiden song sounds like when we perform them, like a tribute. Yeah.
Again, from memory, I do prefer the Iron Maiden original, again, because it's an original. It has that raw aspect to it. But I enjoyed this on a different level.
Yeah, I did too. The hindrance of listening to Ghost only while we react to them, it's becoming a bigger and bigger sacrifice on my part.
Not being able to listen to songs that we don't cover on the show.
That's the mission. Yeah. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and click the little bell icon so you'll get notified on all our future videos. If you have a request you'd like bumped up the line, please make it through Buy Me a Coffee. All contributions are, of course, very much appreciated. Thank you all for sticking with us. Thank you all for your time.
Like you said, you know, the simplified structure, just 3 of them, guitar, bass, and drums, and it brings out a rich sound every time. But there's something that was like a little James Bond or a little Mission Impossible in that. You know, it's just, just noticed it at the end. Thank you, guys. We appreciate the support. As always, without you, there would be no show. So please keep coming back. We will be here in a couple of days with a new episode. So yeah, come check it out. And yeah, we hope you like it. Hope to see you again soon. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.